Today's adventure was a hike up to the Mirador de La Cruz, which is the lookout of the cross. This city walk in Puerto Vallarta gives you a panoramic view of the entire Bay of Banderas, and to boot, it's free. The easiest and most popular way to do this hike is to start at the Malecon. From the Malecon, just use Abasolo Street. It's a combination of streets and walkways, but it's pretty much a straight run right up to the Mirador, and it's only about a kilometer run. For that hike, you can check out an earlier YouTube video of mine. For this particular hike, we tried to do something different, and we're using a side street. We're starting at 31 Octobre, which is a first street at the start of the Malecon on the north side, and we're going to cut across country and go up the back way. A little more interesting because you get to go down a few alleyways. The distance of travel up to the Mirador is a little less than a kilometer. Then on the way back, we'll again go down some of the back alleyways through the maintenance path and come back to 31 October. Total distance approximately 2 kilometers for the entire hike. So a few twists and turns on the street. As I said, we started on 31 October, and then we take a right on Calle Ecuador and a right again on Calle Allende. We proceed a very short distance down Calle Allende and take a left on Miramar. And Miramar will be a small street and a combination of stairs. So this is the first stairs on Calle Miramar. Really enjoy these winding staircases, and what also I enjoy is you walk past some homes and a few condominiums.
I'm gonna get in front of you there, Bill. Hola, amigo. Buen día. Changes, right? This is a really modern house here they built, parking underneath it. So we're on Miramar right now. I don't know what this one is called, but it's a dead end here. Now
So Miramar essentially stops at Papilla, and there's a set of steps to your left, and you go up those. Papilla also runs straight down to the Malecon through a combination of road and staircases.
You're getting up here. That's the Panorama Hotel. They got a good restaurant up there too. There's your rest stop.
This little pathway to the right will take you back to Abasolo and almost to the base of the Mirador funicular staircase. But we're heading left, and we're just going to cut across the top here, and that'll take us right to the base of the funicular steps using a small little pathway through a little bit of the woods.
Where the donkeys and mules were down there, and they were bringing up the dirt and cement. Well, they changed this around a little bit. Mirador. No. They've been doing a lot of road construction here. Been working on it for a long time.
So this is Abasolo Street. As you can see, there's a lot of road construction going on. And so this is one of the reasons I generally take back ways to get up to the funicular, but hopefully it will be done for the next season. And this is where most people come up to enjoy the panoramic views of the Bay of Banderas and see the lookout of the cross, or in Spanish, the Mirador de La Cruz. The funicular is no longer being used that I can tell. I actually haven't seen it being used in about 5 years. But the steps are here. They're easy to climb up, although there is a lot of them. A little spirally, but you can take lots of breaks and catch different views of the Bay of Banderas. If you need a break and a refreshment, the good news is they've installed a coffee shop at the top. I haven't tried it myself yet, but I really enjoy the mural that they've put here, and it looks like a nice place to hang out.
All I want is dance with the moon, ayy. I just wanna see the moon dance with the moon. All I want is you. All I want is dance with the moon. I just wanna see the moon dance with the moon.
Made it. Mirador de la Cruz, or the lookout of the cross.
So in addition to the coffee shop, there's lots of places to hang out here, sit around and take in the views of the bay. But what we want to do, and what most people want to do, is to get out onto the lookout or observation deck and check it out from there. It obviously gives you the best advantage to see the bay, but also the surrounding valleys and the city itself.
I think he's taking photos. It's a perfect place for his big lens there.
Yeah, and always when he takes it out of the top, I'm the one who does it.
We came here about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a bit hot, but fortunately for us, and also not unusual, there's always a bit of a breeze up here. So we cooled down quite rapidly to a nice temperature, and there's lots of places to get shade as well to keep yourself out of the sun.
My cats.
The views up here are just incredible. When I say panoramic views of the bay, I really meant it. You can see the whole city and the bay, the mountains surrounding our beautiful city. These are the Sierra Madres. They have many purposes, but the one I like the best, because I own a condo, is here. They seem to create a high pressure zone, and they often don't get hurricanes coming right into the bay, so it keeps our town protected. At least that's what I've been told. Also, interesting thing to see here, because of the mountains, you can see that the town is actually not that wide. It's fairly narrow, contained between the mountains and the bay itself. One of the good things about that is getting around town is fairly simple using bus transportation. And you can go from one end to the other pretty easily. So now that we've seen the Bay of Banderas from the platform, we're going to head back, but instead of going down the steps, we're going to go to the back and use the maintenance pathways. I like these little alleyways and walkways. It just makes our whole hike that much more interesting. The pathway or maintenance pathway is a little steep, but you can see they've cut grooves into the cement, so the traction is excellent. So I don't think you'd have any bit of a problem unless there's a whole bunch of leaves on the pathway. Then obviously it can get a little bit more slippery. Today you can see it was quite clear and easy to walk down.
Stop here now. I've seen a guy ride his bike down here. I think I'm getting old enough that I don't want to be racing down any of these things. If one fall.
At the bottom or the midsection of this little walkway, there's a small farm, or at least they have some donkeys and horses and a lot of roosters and chickens. You will eventually run to an intersection in the pathway, and we're going to bear left. If you go right, it'll take you back to the bottom of the staircase beside the funicular, which takes you up to the Mirador, which is what we showed earlier. But that is full of construction. But going left, it's really a part of the street Aldama, but because it's so steep here, is just the stairways. I really enjoy it because it takes you past a whole bunch of homes, which you can't access by a car. You need to walk up the stairs and back alleys to get here.
So we used to always see Albert at our friend's Christmas party.
Oh, that's good.
With all the hunters and the dog trainers. We used to say they didn't train that dog.
People get dogs and don't know how to train them. They don't end up like that. I think it might have been a bad one.
About halfway down the staircase, the path leads you over to the Arroyo del Pedregoso. You don't have to worry about turning off or anything. It's just the natural way that this little path or staircase meanders until you get down to another street. And this street is fairly narrow. At the top of it, you really can't drive any vehicles, but partway through, they seem to manage to get through at least one vehicle at a time. And they do have a few garages there, which is surprising. But anyways, I really enjoy these narrow pathways, and as I said, seeing the buildings that are back here and how the people in this area live.
I saw they had it at the grocery store today, but I thought, no, I want it from the street.
There's one right in front of the Lay department store, our grocery store. That's where we normally get it. We go down for dessert or when we come back from a restaurant. Rather than ice cream, we go get a churro.
So now we're reaching the bottom of this little walkway, and this is the Arroyo del Peligroso, and here you hang a right, and that will take you all the way back to one of the main streets, and in this case that is Calle Emilia Carranza, which we are going to get on, and then from there we'll be heading back across country to 31 October.
Hola, perro.
As I said earlier, this little section of the walkway is too narrow to drive a car, but once you get about halfway down, you can see that they can fit at least one, but one at a time only. There's also some new construction here. You can see they built this condominium and got their own garage here, but again, still only one-way traffic on these little laneways. So at the bottom of the laneway, you're going to come out to Emilia Carranza. At that laneway, you are going to turn right, and we will proceed along it until we get Joseph Ortiz de Dominguez. This street is easy to see because it runs alongside the Panama Hotel and Restaurant, which is a fairly tall white building. The road to our right is called Abasolo, and it is the road that takes you directly to the Mirador and the steps beside the funicular.
Well, for that Mirador, you just keep on looking for the cross. Look at these nice here. Panorama Hotel and Restaurant. And this is the way we went up. Those are the stairs there. On Joseph Ortiz.
Once we get past the Panama Hotel, the road turns right onto Matamoros, and this road will run us directly into 31 October.
Cal Matamoros.
There are a lot of beautiful flowers hanging down the wall. I'm not sure what type they are. One of them looks like, or at least the purple ones look like some sort of form of orchid, but they run or hang down from the condominiums above. As I said earlier, this road, Matamoros, runs directly into 31 October, and this ends our hike. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe.